Hello, this is Leon H. Frazier, and I'm back to educate and to motivate. I want to continue my plea to men, and I want to start with boys. Young boys, number one, I want you to respect women. And I want you to start with little girls. The little girls that you grow up with, at first you love them to death and you can't stop hugging and kissing on them, to that period that you go through when you don't like girls anymore because they don't do what boys do, all the way back around to what you see in your big brothers and your uncles and your daddies and granddaddies, that total love that many men have for many women. But now, in order to get there, to that manning up, to love and trust and respect your woman right, you've got to come through little boyhood. And you've got to learn how to love, trust, and respect your own selves, number one. And then little girls, number two. Now, there's no easy way to do that. You have to make a conscious decision to do it right. That means that when the gangster rap tune tells you that that little girl sitting over from you in the classroom is nothing but a bitch and a whore, you're going to have to be tough enough in your little boyhood to say, no, that little girl sitting over there in the classroom across from me is going to be probably somebody's mother one day. So therefore, I, as a little boy, needs to respect that young girl as the queen and the little Christ-like human being that she is. Because she's your only avenue to reproduction for human beings in this universe. Now, little boys, you will hear adult people saying crazy stuff, like gangster rap do not have a negative influence on the minds of young people. Don't listen to that. That's not true. That's not true. So don't you listen to nobody. I don't care what kind of education they have. I don't care what kind of TV program they have. I don't care what kind of radio show they have. I don't care what kind of little discussion session they're in. If they tell you that gangster rap music will not negatively affect you, you've got to be smart enough to say that is not true. And you've got to use every talent and every energy that you have to respect young girls. It goes even further. You've got to respect your mother. You've got to respect your mother. I listened to the big boys when I was a young boy. And I listened to what they said. Okay? And I can remember being the water boy and the equipment boy for the football team. And that put me in the room with all of the biggest and the strongest and the boldest and the baddest talking big boys. So my ears would cock up so they couldn't miss anything. And my mind would go into gear so I could remember as much of what they said as I could, so that I could practice and preach what I had heard them say. And then I remember waiting for the opportunity to just use some of the little cliches or some of the little examples that they had used to articulate and to demonstrate power. Couldn't back up none of that stuff because I was just a little boy. But I heard it. It had an influence on me. And the first opportunity I got, I did it. And if it worked that way on me growing up as a little boy in this society to try to get to manhood, it's going to work on you the same way. So I want little boys to understand, first of all, you've got to love, trust, and respect yourself. Then you've got to learn how to respect that mother that brought you here. And then you have to go on to respect those little girls that's in your environment during the time that you love them, you don't like them, you hate them, but oh my God, I love you all. And you definitely cannot treat women the way that that bad uncle and that bad big brother and that bad father or that bad grandfather or that bad neighbor on the block treated women. You've got to learn how to respect women the way that is Christ-like. You've got to love women just as God loves you. You've got to learn how to do that. And that's got to be in spite of what you see older men doing. And in spite of what older men say. In spite of what old men try to entice you to do.